Now I'd like to introduce Jennifer Howgate. Jennifer Howgate is the Aquatic Education Services Coordinator at LSV. She has worked in the leisure industry for over 20 years in Australia and overseas, and her roles have been diverse in aquatics, administration, pool safety, operations, and management. Jennifer combines her knowledge, learnings, and experience to advocate swimming and water safety to industry and the broader community.
Welcome to the Learn to Swim Planning for Success session. My name is Jennifer Howgate, and today, along with special guest appearances from many industry experts, I will be taking you through some tips and tricks to drive your swim school's performance. We are live in the chat, so feel free to ask any questions or let us know where you are from. 2020 has been a challenging year. In total, 145,000 children are missing out on their weekly Learn to Swim classes, and that's excluding schools. Another approximately 140,000 have had school swimming lessons cancelled due to school or pool closures, and that's not including the current Term 4 data. So let's for a moment lift our heads and look at 2021 and beyond. Before we look at driving Learn to Swim performance, let's look at the swimming and water safety sector as a whole. Participation by age. Australia is a water-loving nation where aquatic activities play a part in many of our lives. The Australian Sports Commission reported swimming to be the number one organised activity amongst Australian children aged 0 to 8 years. If you think about it, swimming and water safety is likely the first formal activity a child is enrolled into at 6 months of age. For males from 9 to 14 years, we see football take over. However, swimming is still number 2, and for females remains at number 1. For the next age group beyond this table, which is 15 to 24 years, swimming does not appear in the top 5 for males and ranked number 4 for females. Interestingly though, in the older age cohorts, 60 plus, swimming reappears near the top for both genders. Of the children not participating in sport or physical activity, the main barrier for their parents is their perception that their child is too young, especially in the 0 to 4 age group. If you think about it, the last slide, where swimming is the most popular activity for 0 to 4s, and this slide, with parents stating their child is too young to participate, it leaves us with a clearer gap in the market. To A, continue to grow participation in the 0 to 4 age group as it is deemed appropriate, and B, identify yourselves as the water safety experts for this age group and educate parents to the importance of water safety, so then they do see it as the most appropriate activity for their young child. In addition, if we attract children younger, they will be in the program longer and the average length of stay increases. Performance. With that sector overview, it's time to look at tips and tricks to drive your swim school's performance. So let's look at the top tips to drive performance so that we can 1. Better understand our business, and 2. Set actions. The areas of focus that we'll be looking at are customer satisfaction and financial returns. So we will be looking at measures that have financial impacts without the customer impact. Currently, you have access to so much data. As they say, data is king, but what do you do with it all? Tip 1.
Hi everyone, I'm Janelle Forkingham and I'm the Aquatic Product Manager from the Y. Today I'd like to share with you my top tips for effectively managing your program cancellations. So most importantly, let's try and avoid them altogether. As part of your full customer journey mapping, be sure to have a process in place where each request for a cancellation is managed by an appropriate member of staff who can talk to the family or the individual about their reasons for cancelling. You might be able to offer them a new class position to try, an additional assessment to check their ability levels, or perhaps some ways to support some boosted progression. It might even provide an opportunity to share some education around the impact of taking a break over winter. Even if they do decide to continue on with their cancellation, hopefully their last experience with you was a positive one and you've increased their chances of becoming a returning customer. So aside from trying to avoid them altogether, our cancellation data can provide some great insights into our program effectiveness and provide us with opportunities to grow and develop our program as well as our people. Using your available reports, look for cancellation trends across days and times of the week that could guide you to make any timetable modifications. Look for higher rates of cancellations from any one particular teacher. Don't necessarily see this as a negative, but a chance to provide some feedback, a review, and perhaps some professional development opportunities. Staff incentive programs are also a great way to try and decrease your cancellation rates. And of course, your cancellation data will help you to analyse your overall program trends, such as your winter dropout rates, for example, which in turn will provide your insight to your budget, forecasting and development. Thanks for listening and enjoy the rest of the summit.
Tip 2.
Hi, my name is Amanda Locke from YMCA Victoria and King's Swim, and here is my top tip for monitoring enrolments. At King's Swim, we keep a live daily dashboard on Power BI that tracks the past, current and future enrolments of classes. This enables us to monitor class occupancy to ensure it is meeting our targets for a viable business. We need to ensure there's sufficient availability of classes to give our customers adequate choice of days and times, but not too many classes which could inflate our wage expense. We also want to ensure there is plenty of availability in entry-level classes for kinder and early school-aged children. We forecast for the year ahead to allow us to identify any trends or interventions we might need to make to keep us on track and to help manage our cash flows. All the best.
Tip 3. Let's talk occupancy. Many of you would currently record occupancy probably as an overall program number and at the end of the month, so it's retrospective data. During your average week, you probably see overall occupancy sitting at approximately 85%. When you have key intake periods, say term 1 and term 4, you would bring this percentage down in your key levels to between 78 to 80% and review it daily. There is no use making vacancies in the levels that your customers don't want. But how else can you look at your occupancy and what is the trigger point to take action? There's a few ways to do this. By shift, look at your occupancies per shift, for example, Monday AM, Monday PM, etc. This way you can target the shifts that have low occupancy and may be dragging your overall occupancy down to then trigger a solution, such as shortening the shifts, cancelling shifts, or combining classes. This then increases that shift's occupancy. Likewise, if the shift has a high occupancy level and is popular, you could extend those shifts and add an additional shift. This same concept applies to looking at occupancy via level. When you look at overall occupancy, most vacancies will sit in the levels less in demand, i.e. higher levels, teen, adult levels, and even access classes. If you remove these, what does your overall occupancy look like? This will trigger what solution you put in place. And lastly, occupancy by teacher. If a certain teacher has a very low occupancy, maybe start looking at the cause of this. And by using your most popular teacher or teachers, could they do more classes or assist with training staff so the customers have confidence they are trained by the best? Tip 4.
Hi everybody, my name is Paula. I work with Aligned Leisure. I'm the head of swim school based out at Cardinia Life in Pakenham. Thank you for logging in to the 2020 LSV Virtual Aquatic Industry Summit. I, like I'm sure all of you, are excited to be here and be able to hear what people across our industry are doing to ensure we have the best opportunity to bounce forward. We're a resilient and resourceful industry, and I'm sure we will hopefully return bigger and better than before. My topic is our income to wage ratio. We measure this through a key matrix, and it allows us to review the profitability of our program. By monitoring this, we can see fluctuations within our program, meet our customer demand, and ensure that we are staffing and meeting the staff requirement accordingly. It allows us to focus on our growth areas and deliver our program within the key program capacity range. This ensures we are continuously improving our program and adjusting our staffing requirements to meet our demand. Therefore, we are never stagnant within our Learn to Swim program. Thank you for listening. I hope the snippet has been helpful as you review the health of your swim program in preparations for our recommencement date. Stay safe, happy and healthy, and thank you LSV for the opportunity to present today. Take care. Bye for now.
Tip 5.
G'day, I'm Andrew Jeffrey, the Customer Experience Manager at Paul Sadler Swimland, here today to talk about Voice of Customer programs. A valuable Voice of Customer program will include questions that help build customer metrics to balance business operational metrics. When you structure your Voice of Customer program, ensure you have key moments of truth: first visit, onboarding processes, program transitions, events, and cancellations. Build into it your key drivers of success: team member performance, cleanliness, and any others that you believe are important to you. Good luck with your future Voice of Customer projects. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you guys soon. Have a great day.
Tip 6.
Hi, my name is Olivia Lee and I'm the Aquatic Service Manager for Belgravia Leisure based at Aquarina Aquatic and Leisure Centre. My topic will be on how we measure our customer satisfaction through an online software called Ask Nicely. The software sends a survey out to 2% of our customers every morning and asks them, how likely are you to recommend our facility? The customer then has the options to give us a rating between 0 to 10. 0 to 6 are detractors, which means they wouldn't recommend our facility. Scores between 6 to 7 are passive, which means they're neither satisfied or dissatisfied. Scores between 8 to 10 are promoters, which means they will promote us to other people. For all detractors, we would give them a call within 24 hours and ask them about why they gave us that scoring and what feedback that they would give to us. Then what we would do is send them a follow-up email regarding the phone conversation and the actions that have taken place. For all passive scores, we will still give them a call within the 24 hours and ask them what we can do to make them a promoter. All promoters will still receive an email thanking them for giving us such a fantastic score. We make sure all the emails are personalised and it comes directly from the department manager. I wanted to say good luck for the future and stay safe.
Tip 7.
Hi guys, it's Wayne Pollock, President of the Australian Swim Schools Association and franchisee with Paul Sadler Swimland. In business, we often talk about the importance of beginning with the end in mind. So in measuring business performance, an important KPI is measuring the quality of your product. So in a learn to swim environment, that product would be the quality of your lessons. So a way that you can measure the quality of your product is to have a system whereby you actually rate the quality of your lessons or the quality of the teaching, providing those lessons. Or you might want to measure how long it takes for a kid to achieve a particular level or get a particular certificate. Or at the end of each lesson, you might want to ask the kids or their parents what they thought about your lessons and how they feel about the product that you're providing them. Either way, guys, remember, begin with the end in mind. Good luck. Deliver great lessons.
Tip 8.
At KingSwim, we use population mapping tools such as gap maps to undertake local area analysis for new business opportunities. These tools give us business intelligence, such as numbers and locations of competitors in the local area, so that we can do a supply and demand analysis. They give us forecast population demographics with age breakdowns, so if we buy or build a new site, we know whether there will be a future population within the 0 to 12 age group to support the numbers of participants needed for a viable business case. And they can also tell you if there are any new development proposals subject to council approvals that may not yet show up in other environmental scans. Good luck.
Tip 9.
Hi, my name is Barry Harrison from Western Leisure Services. Here is my top tip for maximising your swim school. Do you know what your maximum numbers are? Occupancy rate, wage to income ratio, great indicators, but they look backwards. We want to look forwards. What aspirational indicators do you have? I suggest working out what your maximum number is. Consider, what pool space have you got? How many swim clubs and squads do you have? What's your lap lane culture? What's your teacher availability? But don't use that one as an excuse. Determine your maximum number and then you'll know how far you are to get towards that maximisation. When you get close to that maximum number, revise it again because quite often you can fit more than you think in. Good luck with it. Take care. Bye for now.
Tip 10. At Eltham Leisure Centre, we have found great growth with our Back to School campaign. Occurring from January to February, each year the campaign is scheduled to promote and influence program growth. The timing of the campaign is crucial for its success. Positioned in the calendar as a subliminal reminder that the return to school can mean the return to swim school for families who have taken a winter break. The incentive chosen for the program is an important factor. In this case, Officeworks vouchers takes the whole family environment into consideration. With this incentive and this campaign, we've seen on average 165% growth during the campaign months in 2019 and 2020 periods. Reaching our target markets through social media platforms, SMS, EDMs to previously cancelled students and in-house advertising has kept the cost low for the campaign period, increasing the return on our investment. We look forward to being able to reopen soon, and we will reopen with another back to school campaign. Tip 11.
Hi everybody, my name's Chris Bannister and I'm the National Operations Manager for Paul Sadler Swimland Australia. We're excited to spend a very quick time today talking to you all about an important key performance indicator that we use at Swimland, and that is cancellation data. It's really important to us that we analyse the exact day, time, reason and level that all of our swimmers cancel, hoping to find some trends that we may be able to use in our day-to-day decision making. Another area that we're looking at analysing further is which teacher they had when they cancelled. Our thinking here is it might show opportunities for personal development, growth, and even some feedback. At Swimland, we believe in feedback and it's an important part of running a great business. Thanks guys, we hope you have a great day.
Tip 12. Clean up. Doing a regular cleanup is really important for income, expenditure, auditing, compliance, marketing, new enrolments, and retention. Not to mention the overall health of the swim school. So let's look at a few key actions that should be regularly reviewed. Outstanding debtors can be tracked via reports and is critical to income and ensuring customers are paying for your service. Keep regular checks on your discount offerings. For example, if you have a family of 3 kids that were enrolled with relevant discounts, are all kids still enrolled? Concession cards. Concession card discounts are an ongoing task. Again, it is really important to income as well as customer care. Some families rely on concession discounts to be able to afford lessons. I'm sure everyone at some point has forgotten to adjust the class ratio back to its maximum after having adjusted it for special reasons. This affects class, shift, and overall occupancy as well as vacancies. These should be continuously tracked. Are all class prices correctly entered and updated in your database? Have term rollovers, public holidays been entered correctly and tested for enrolment function before going live to customers? If you have a wait list, is it controlled, actioned every day, relevant to the swim school operations, have a purpose and realistic to the classes programmed? You need to assess whether a wait list really is required. Ask yourself, why can't you offer the customer a current class place now? How else can you assist their availability? Absentee checks and procedures are a key retention tool. How do you track student absences? Reports or attendance records? Is there a follow-up procedure in place? Customer contact could be in the form of emails or texts to customers reminding them of their class and recent absences. Having an absentee procedure also minimises credit and refund requests currently and into the future. Again, this is a good customer care process. And finally, where do your new enrolments come from? Has the latest campaign been effective, both in cost and reach? Has social media played a role? A lot of parents enrol in a swim school based on word of mouth. How is all this tracked? Could be via your inquiry form or enrolment form. If you have any questions or inquiries about LSV's swim school support services, you can email aquatic.education@lsv.com.au. Thank you for joining us today. It's been wonderful. We hope you enjoy the information, can use it going forward, and we hope to see you next time. Have fun.